This is Farookh Sensei with you. And you're listening to Connect with Sensei. Today I thought to speak about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Well, the definition of mindfulness, or if I break it down, mindfulness is a practice of being fully present. Being present in the moment. But how many of us are present in the moment? Even while I'm speaking, my thoughts are wandering. That's how human beings are. There are a lot of benefits when you talk about mindfulness. It reduces your stress and anxiety, and that's exactly what's happening in today's world. I'm so sad that I had a student who has been a student with me for the last 33 years. A very good business person, a family man. And just a couple of days back, he took his life. What was the reason? Well, there's a solution for every challenge in our life, but it's how we face those challenges. I always say to my students that there are opportunities and there are outcomes. And to get the new outcomes and opportunities, you have to look for options beyond the obstacles. We all face obstacles. We just have to focus. We have to be in that moment and look at what are the options rather than doing something which doesn't make any sense in our life. As I mentioned earlier, not thinking about the failures that has happened to you. I've gone through a lot of failures, but I don't think about it. I want to enjoy this moment when it's like I'm having a conversation with my best friend, not in the limelight or not in the stage, but having a conversation. I'm living in this moment. I'm not thinking about whether I would say the right words. No, I'm not looking on those things. If I'm very concerned about that, then I won't be who I am. So it automatically improves your emotional feeling and being. It improves your self-awareness about who you are. You will be able to identify your limitations, your strength, and you will work or you will act accordingly. It's all about understanding who you are at this particular moment. And one of the best benefits that I would say that it improves your focus and concentration a lot, because you're not getting distracted from other things. Rather, you're focusing on what you're doing right now, one thing at a time. I always call it the power of one. Don't do more than one thing, or don't be a multitasker. Be who you are. Enjoy life. Do one thing rather than breaking your bones, rather than thinking or overthinking or getting overwhelmed. Be who you are. With mindfulness, you will be able to build a better relationship, whether it is in your career, whether it is in your home, friend. Because you would be giving importance to what is being said, what is being listened, and how are you going to respond to the conversation that's happening. So it builds a relationship. And with that, what's going to happen? It's going to improve your connectivity. It's going to improve your communication with each other. Because communication, when it comes to communication, we all know that this is not rocket science. We all know that we must be actively listening to what the other party is saying. And that can happen only through mindfulness, being mindful at that particular moment. So that can increase or build or develop your relationship. And overall, and definitely it's going to give you peace of mind end of the day. There are a lot of techniques which are used for building your mindfulness, like mindful breathing, what they call this. You can focus on your breath while you're inhaling And while you're exhaling slowly and deeply, you can focus on that. That's a very good practice, and that's being done everywhere. What about you? Do you do those things? Do you focus on your breath? Hardly people do that because we are so busy to think about our breath. And we know the importance, and I have seen that, the importance of oxygen. When my dad was hospitalized due to COVID, and my brother-in-law, who's no more, when he was hospitalized because he had a kidney failure, I know we used to buy oxygen cylinders, and that's when I realized the value of the oxygen, the value of air, the value of each and every breath that we take, which we get absolutely free in this universe. You got to pay. The other way of being mindful is to scan your body, or what we call as body scan. You got to pay attention to your physical sensations throughout your body, and that's done by focus on your toes, for example, focus on your head, focus on your ears or cheek, and then you become more and more aware of what's happening. And I have done this. One of the trainings, NLP trainings, they ask you to focus on your toe, and that's when you start focusing on the toe. That's when you realize that you got a toe, in fact, because you're so busy or engaged in the conversation, we mostly forget about our existence itself, and we are much engaged in the conversation. Then there's something called the mindful walking, and the best time to do mindful walking is for sure in the morning, and especially outdoor, not indoor. By fully presenting yourself to each and every step we take, you'll enjoy that. Some people, they listen to music and they walk. That's a different stuff. Or motivational stories or motivational lectures and speeches and so forth. That can also be done because, again, you're focusing on what you're listening to. Each and every step. You focus on each and every step. That's something that I really, really enjoy. And I do that in the morning, but I don't do it outside, though I mentioned that it's good to do outside. Because I wake up very early in the morning and it's not good to go outside. At that time, it's pitch dark. So I do walk in the morning and I focus, and I'm completely focused on that. Then comes loving kindness meditation. That would definitely cultivate a feeling of compassion and love for ourselves or oneself and others as well. And this can be done in different ways. I got a student, her name is Shamira Bukhari, and she teaches this technique through mirror magic and talking to the mirror and being who you are, looking into the mirror, looking into the eyes in your reflection, and loving yourself. Because most of the cases, people, they don't love themselves. If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? Am I right? I love myself a lot. I love myself. And you have to do that as well. Don't you? If not, you have to love yourself. If you don't love, nobody's going to love you. You can incorporate mindfulness in your daily life. You can start with short sessions. Then gradually you can start extending the practice that you are doing, just what I mentioned right now. You can also use reminders throughout your day to check if you are mindful. It could be like, say, every half an hour there could be a bell ringing or something which makes you aware of, are you mindful of what's happening? You can practice mindfulness during a routine activity. Like, for example, if you're washing or your dishes, or for example, if you're eating or if you're commuting. I'm very much focused when I'm commuting, especially when I'm traveling. I don't like to sit in the driver's seat because I always think some new thoughts comes in. For me, ideas comes in when I'm traveling, and I like to be in the passenger seat And I'm so mindful. And my wife and my kids, they say that, Papa, when you're traveling, you're just completely silent. They don't know what's going in my head because I'm becoming more productive. I'm becoming more aware of what I can do. So it's more about getting inside yourself, understanding who you are. And that would be a different perspective, but nobody can understand that. Even if somebody is sitting beside you, they might be thinking that you're just silent. But no, that's a process that's happening. So you can ask yourself, what is the best time that you can get connected with yourself and be in that moment in time? And with mindfulness, you can overcome a lot of common challenges. Dealing with wandering minds, it's natural. It's natural. Everyone, the mind fluctuates and it wanders. For me also it happens. I'm not a guru or something because my mind also wanders. The only thing is that you must be aware of it, and you don't have to forcefully bring it down, or you don't have to forcefully restrict it, because the more forcefully you restrict a thought, the thought keeps on coming in. So just leave it at the way and it will automatically come. You will come back to the normal. It'll help you to bring your focus back. The second one that I would say for overcoming common challenges like impatience, we can understand that mindfulness is a skill that takes time to develop. So don't expect to be a master in mindfulness just in one day or just by listening to this audio itself. No, I'm a student. I'm learning still. So it's through practice. It's not going to happen in one day or two. The next thing that I would like to say is self-judgment. Practice self-compassion and be non-judgmental to yourself. Don't judge whether you're doing the right way or the wrong way. Don't judge yourself. Just keep doing. And as long as you're doing, I'll tell you, you're going forward or you're moving forward. One of the key things that I learned about mindfulness is it's going to reduce your stress. And majority of the people, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a working professional, you are a homemaker, or even if you are a student, everyone goes through stress, and mindfulness that can reduce your stress level a lot. It can reduce the fight or flight response to stress, and it can also allow you to respond to stress with greater calm and clarity. That's what it's going to happen, because if you don't have clarity, then you get lost. You get distracted. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know whether the actions that you're taking is right or wrong. So being mindfulness is going to give you more or greater calmness and greater clarity. As I mentioned earlier, mindfulness is going to develop your relationship, because if you're calm and if you got clarity, that's definitely going to improve your communication. It's also going to improve your relationship with anyone, whether it is in your organization or whether it is in your family and so forth. It helps you to listen to the other party, pay attention and with empathy. And it helps you to understand, or if there is any misunderstanding, it will help you to prevent those misunderstanding and conflicts which normally happens in these days. And when it comes to mindfulness, there are a lot of studies shows that positive effects of mindfulness on mental and physical health. A lot of studies have been done, and you can go and you can search for that in the websites and online. You can see that a lot of research have been done. And today, there's a high demand for mindfulness trainings. Wellness training and mindful trainings, high demand. If you look at books, Amazon books are written, a lot of books are written on that. And if you go and search on the website, you'll find a lot of them. If you go and search for courses on Udemy or some other platforms, you will definitely see that. And there are a lot of coaches who coach on mindfulness and wellness. So if you are one of them, if you want to become an expert in that, then I would definitely recommend you to do some sort of training and become a master in mindfulness and wellness. This is a part of wellness, in fact. Mindfulness is a part of it. So I would highly recommend to join some mindfulness community or find a buddy for accountability so that you can practice. Mindfulness isn't a destination. Just like they say that success is not a destination, but it's a journey. Similarly, I want to say here that mindfulness isn't a destination. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. I want to encourage you to start your mindfulness journey. It's not a destination. Start your journey. If you are not started yet, take baby steps, small steps. Embrace the process. Don't look at the destination. Look at the process each and every day. It's going to take time. It's not a sprint, but it's a marathon. I hope you enjoyed today's session. This is Farookh Sensei with you. Have a lovely day.